Hello everyone, this is Kashika Narula and today I will be showing you how to make a heat map and a scatter map on pyplotlib.pyplot matplotlib.pyplot as PLT on PyCharm in Python. So first I'll run and show you how it looks. So a heat map looks like this. It basically shows the colors. It basically shows the data in a variation of colors. So I'll just show you how it looks. It sometimes takes time to run. There we go. This is basically the colors of the heat map. We can obviously always change the colors. So here we have some colors like yellow, reddish to purple, dark blue and black. So the proximity in which it is most will be the darkest color, and the proximity in which is least will be the lightest color. This is the original what it should be. But then we can obviously change it. For example, over here I have done the closer it gets to 1, the more brighter it will be, because the more the better type of, so the brighter it will be, and the more down it goes the number line, the more negative it goes, the darker it will be. So the darkest is at minus 0.6 and the brightest is at 1. So what are these values, you may ask? Let's go to the code to see that. So these values are basically the datas, the number of time a data is repeated. For example, over here you will see this is the core matrix of def.core. If you see line number 9, this is the basic syntax for core matrix, and then in line number 10, I printed the core matrix. Here I have A. When A reacts with A, let's take this as a reaction type. When A reacts with A, it gives 1. When A reacts with B, it gives minus 0.09. This is how it's working right now. And then as you can see, when A reacts with A and when B reacts with B and so on, till when maybe F reacts with F, till Z reacts with Z, when the alphabet itself reacts with its own in the table, it gives value 1. So when we run over here also, you might see that the yellow color should be in slant. Yeah, there we go. The lightest yellow, we might call it peach, goes in slant. 1, 2, 3, 4. When A reacts with A, if you might see over here the cursor, A reacts with A, B reacts with B, C reacts with C, and D reacts with D itself. This is how it should be. Now I'll show you how to write it line by line. Firstly, we have to do these three things: import. This is the original. I've been telling in my past 3 videos that import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT is very important. As PLT is not compulsory, but it just ensures that we don't have to write matplotlib.pyplot again and again. For example, you might want to see over here plt.show. This is a small code, so I have had to write it only once, but PLT instead of this I would have had to write matplotlib.pyplot, whole thing. Now in codes which are bigger, like maybe the main over here, in this I need to write PLT so many times. So will I have to write matplotlib.pyplot.plt each and every time? That is what it is. So that is why I wrote PLT. And then over here we go back to cbond. Cbond as SNS. SNS is again a short form, and PD is a short form for pandas. Now here I have a data variable in which I have given A and 4 values to A, B and 5 values to A, and B and 5 values to it, and C and 5 values, and so on. And then I have converted it into a data frame data, so that way the data basically gets as a table. This is how we are getting it over here above this. Here we go, this is the table we are getting. The part I have highlighted, I'll bring it up in case you can't see. Yeah, this is what we are getting. Go back down. There we go. And then I printed it. And then what core matrix is? Core matrix shows us the basic matrix of how it will react with each other, let's say for now. So how it will react with each other, that is shown in core matrix. And then I printed the core matrix. And then it is the negative sign. Yeah, so basically if it is a positively reacting substance to each other, then it will show a positive sign. And if it is a negatively acting substance, like maybe they are repelling each other. If we see it in chemistry, then maybe they are repelling each other. So it will show a negative sign. That is all it shows. Now, heat map. If I don't write heat map, if I don't write this statement, then the whole thing just goes flop and the heat map is not shown. Like as you can see right now, there's no heat map shown even if the program has run. When I put this in and run it, here we get a heat map shown. So this line is basically for the showing of heat map. So heat map, what it does is, core matrix is its first argument, and not true, and C map is inferno. C map is basically the color of the map, and not equal to true means that the bar in the edge which you were seeing, the color bar which showed us that when 1 then it goes to yellow, when 0.6 it goes to orange. This bar which I am using right now, from this point xy this to xy this, it is what the anode means. If we put it as anode false, then that bar won't show. The original anode is true, so we don't need to put it, but we just put it for our sake. And then plt.show is the common thing. So this was all about heat map. Here we go. This is the heat map in case you guys want to change some colors. And now, of course, there are colors, different colors that you can go and check from Google. Like over here, if I open my Google and put in matplotlib.pyplot, excuse me, matplotlib cmap options or colors, cmap colors, and then I'll go over here, full screen. Yep, so here we go. These are all the colors we can choose from. Like there are grays, purples, blues, greens, reds. Let's go and try reds once instead of inferno. Inferno, you might see it over here. Yeah, can you see it when I'm pointing right now? Inferno. We go and write reds. Run it and check. I've never really used different colors. Here we go. Red actually looks prettier, so I'll go with this for now. Red. So this, I told you what original was. One is darker and goes to lighter. But I wanted to switch it, so I switched it for the inferno, but clearly it doesn't happen in red. Or else they would have given an option here, switch the CMAP. So switch CMAP means it just flips the color panel, flips the anode. As you can see over here, it flips the anode. I'll go back and show you the colors. I will send you this link on the description box, so please go down and check for these colors. I'll just copy it right now. And then here are the diverging colors. Like let's go and put in BRBG. So what this should do is BRBG, right? That's it. Yeah. So what this should do is go onto 0. 0 should be the lightest shade, and then like brown, and BG is green maybe. Okay, so BRBG is not a known color map name. G should be capital. There we go. So this is what computing is about. Yeah, so as you can see, as it goes nearer to 0, it gets lighter and then darker again. This is the CMAP. I'll just go back to red maybe. Yep, reds is good. Now this was all about these colors and all about heat maps. Now we'll go on to scatter. So this is a very small topic and a very interesting as well. So if I run it, you'll see it as a pretty little starry thing, starry eyes or whatever you want to call it, starry eyes. And then over here I have 3 variables. Now I'm not going to explain the first line again. If you didn't understand what it was, just please go back in the video and check. Now here I have 3 variables in which there are lists. If I wanted to have arrays, I would write over here import numpy as np, and then I would here numpy.array np.array, and then curved brackets mein this. But I don't want an array because it's just basically extra coding, so I don't want that. Here we go. back. Yeah. So I have three variables, and then this is the seventh line is the most important line over here, which will take at least some time to understand and learn. So in plt.scatter, the first argument is what should go in the x-axis. So let's name this for now. Let's call it marks. Not x, just marks. Let's call this one roll number. So x-axis में marks and y-axis में roll number जाना चाहिए. Roll number. Yep, there we go. And then in the marker, we need the markers. So I'll go and show you over here. There is a matplotlib markers. Yep, there we go. These are all the different types of markers that you can use. So which one do you want? Just go down in the comment section and let me know. I'll use it in the next class, but for now I will just put a plus maybe. Yeah, plus sounds good. I'll copy it, and then over here in place of markers I'll just paste it. Only one. Run, and then instead of star you should see a plus. Yep, I've used the color yellow so it's very light. So I'll just use black right now. Black. I run it and you see pretty little pluses, but I found stars prettier, so that's what I put. Star it is. Now, what are edge colors and what are colors? So it's no arguments, only the x-axis and the y-axis should be the arguments in the sequence. But other than that, we can easily put it off as there are marks, x-axis, roll number, y-axis. After that, we can put colors first or markers first. As long as we are giving the name of the argument, we can put it in any sequence after the third part, after the third argument. So marks and roll number, x-axis and y-axis, that is defined. But after that, instead of markers, I could put colors. Let's just try what I'm saying right now. Control C, backspace. I'll just add it over here. Oops. Control C, backspace. Add it over here. Yep, there we go, and run it. It should still show yellow stars to you. There we go. It is same as what it was. Now markers, I showed you. Yeah, color and edge color. What is the difference between color and edge color? So color is basically the inside color of the star. Like, can you imagine a star? Like, imagine this is a triangle. My hand is a triangle. Now the edge color is skin color and the background color is white for the wall. So the background color is white and the edge color is skin color. Similarly, here the edge color is red and the color is yellow. That's all. And then line width is the width of the edge. So if I put it 1, it should be quite big. Let's run and check. It is quite big. As you can see, the red part has increased. I'll just put it 5 to show you that it is the red part that is increasing. There we go, you can see it is a little more redder, and in some stars you'll see that the red is so much that it has completely covered the yellow part, like in the stars this one and this one, 1 comma 2 and 5 comma 4. If you know how to read graphs, I'll just go back to 1.5 sounds fine. I had put 0.5 originally, but that seemed too small. 1.5, yeah, this looks good. Yeah, good enough. And then now what is S? S is basically size. So over here, size depends on my last list, which is A. Let's put this as size, and then cut out A from here, size. Excuse me. Yeah, so here we go. Size and size. So this is what I was talking about. Now, as you can see over here, let's put one of them as a little too big. So a little too big of a star over here and run it. Now whichever is the biggest star. Oh, there's a star which is too big. Okay, that's way too big. A little smaller, maybe this should be fine. Yeah, here we go. We see this extra big star right here. Yeah, that became so big that it covered the whole graph. So that did make sense to show. Now here we have in this point 3 comma 8. So how is it taking? It should be that if you count, so there's 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12th. So this is the 12th element in the list. Now we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th. The 12th element is 3 over here in the x-axis, and the 12th element is 8 over here in the y-axis. So if you see over here, did you notice how it's taking it? So the eighth element of x-axis and the eighth element of y-axis will make a point on which the size of the star will go. Did you get what I'm telling? Like let's say that this is 1 point and this is 1 point. So this is 1 point on the marks list and this is 1 point on the roll numbers list. So the marks list will be x-axis, roll numbers list will be y-axis, and here will be a point. The point which has the same size as of mentioned in that element of size. So this is what I was telling you about. Now that is all for today's video. plt.show is obviously to show this, to end the code. Like if I backspace it and rerun my code, it should not work because I haven't ended it yet. So it's basically a open code. I end it, excuse me, run it, and then here I go. Here I have my code. There we go, my graph. So this was all for today's video. I hope you liked and enjoyed. For all these links of the colors for the heat map, or maybe the the markers, I will put it in the description box below. But in case you don't get it, all you got to do is search here matplotlib, excuse me, matplotlib, let's say, what do you want, colors, and then there is this link of matplotlib.org. Matplotlib.org is the main thing, so we just click on it and it shows the specific colors, blue, all these colors. So that's all. I will put it in the description box below, so please make sure you check over there. So thank you, have a nice day, like and subscribe to see more of this content. Thank you.